Are you tired of losing at Sonic.exe? Are you unable to kill anyone because you're constantly being stun locked? Do you feel like you're only able to do anything whenever you have rage mode, but even then you still struggle to hit people? Well, no worries, pal! In this video, I'm gonna give you some tips, tricks, and tutorials on how to get the most out of your 2011X game. As you may know, survivors in this game can be, difficult to kill, especially whenever said survivor is aware of how to use their moveset to the fullest extent. So let's briefly go over the moveset so you know how to suck less in your game. 2011X has 4 abilities: Invisibility, Charge, God's Trickery, and Rage. Invisibility makes you invisible, but while you're invisible, you can't jump or attack until you are out of this mode. If you are nearby survivors, they will be highlighted to you, and even closer, you are able to see a number over them. Pressing said number on your keyboard will make you instantly teleport to them, but you will suffer end lag. You are not invincible from being stunned, so doing this against someone who can stun at any time is asking to get punished. Basically, don't utilize this mechanic. The only reason for teleporting this way would be if you don't know how to get to them. Meaning, on some maps, you may be able to see survivors through walls, but because of how good the maps are, it can be only slightly difficult to get to them. So in those cases, it would make sense. However, I still would not recommend using invisibility like this. This ability, however, is arguably 2011X's strongest ability. That's due to its other mechanic, or well, I guess 2. The moment you use invisibility, you are completely invulnerable to stuns, meaning you can use this ability to reactionable stuns. However, there aren't really that many you can so-called react to. And even to those that you can react to, most of them can be avoided by simply jumping. Even then, you can't even bait out some stuns such as Knuckles' punch or Amy's axe throw, as those have an infinite duration until they actually use the ability. But it's okay, buddy, because the other mechanic is actually good. If you come out of a teleport far enough from a survivor, you will suffer no end lag. You will have to learn the perfect distance, as it can't be too close, but you don't want to do it too far either, because I mean, you want to be as close as possible to the survivor. Again, the information around the game is a bit of a mystery. It's pretty hard to find the exact distance and stuff like that, but yeah, this ability is pretty good. Should be the main thing you should be using to catch up to survivors. You are incredibly fast during the duration, but you aren't able to jump during it, so it can be quite frustrating to not be able to jump even the slightest of elevation. Also, you can't come out of invisibility midair, which kind of sucks, since if you step on a spring, you are incredibly floaty, so it can take a while for you to actually land on the area you want to land on. Next up, we got Charge! You should not be using this often. Well, I guess it depends. To simply just get it out of the way, you want to use Charge mostly to finish off survivors who have low health. Probably should have said this sooner, but most survivors that you want to target with Charge will have around 16 health. 2011X's basic damage does 42, so double that is 84, leaving the survivor with 16 health. However, even though survivors have 100 health, just pretend that they have 90, because that's the actual health that matters in this game. If a survivor has 10 health or lower, they will either get downed or die. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think Charge will knock or kill a survivor if they have 20 health or lower. Either way, one thing I'm certain: it is not possible to save a survivor from a charge hit if they have below 20 health. So, with that in mind, it will look like this. You hit a survivor twice, you'll be able to down them with charge. Once they get picked up, assuming they don't get healed afterwards, they come back with 60. You'll land a regular hit, they go to 18 health. Same thing. You hit them with charge, and they will die. This is the most effective way to use charge. Now, a few notes. Some characters can avoid being hit by charge, such as Knuckles with his counter and Eggman with his energetic shield, so make sure you keep a tab on their cooldowns, or try bait them out before using the ability. Another thing to note is to avoid being stunned during the windup of the charge. You have a clear audible indicator when you are using this ability, and unlike invisibility, you can be stunned and have your charge interrupted before it even starts. And finally, you are able to use charge in an alternative way, in which you can use it to make distance, but personally, I just wouldn't recommend it. You can use charge to try bait out a counter or Eggman's shield, but I just wouldn't recommend it. If you try bait out Knuckles' counter ability, by the time your charge ends, he'll most likely be prepared to hit you with his other ability, so just keep that in mind. Now, God's Trickery. The amount you use this will differ in the skills of the stunners in your lobby. New players, low amount of stunners. Feel free to spam this whenever you're outside of chase. Against players who actually know what they're doing, yeah, you're better off using this only when you can't find anybody. The problem with God's Trickery is if you teleport to a survivor who happens to be able to stun you, you know, like pretty much the whole cast, if said survivor knows it's the real you, they will either use a counter ability and tank the hit on purpose to stun you, or dodge it and then hit you right back with another stun ability. I really wish God's Trickery had immunity for at least 2 seconds, as this ability is almost designed to get you bullied by good players. But hey, you can still use it to find people, so it's tough, boy. And lastly, we got Rage. And oh my, what do I have to say about Rage? If you've been playing the game for a while, you may have noticed that some players will use it just moments before the ring spawns. For the longest time, I didn't understand why, and honestly, I still kind of don't. Using Rage as the ring spawns will make all the kills you get kind of pointless, as the time increase you would have gone if you killed them will be wasted, making it easier for the remainder of the survivors to escape. Rage itself doesn't become better later on, but it is good to use it when a decent amount of survivors in the lobby have 60 health or lower. As you know, being picked up after being down will put you to 60 health, and Rage increases the damage from 42 to 50, meaning being hit once will put you in the 10 health threshold, instantly killing you. Rage just increases the damage by 8, but that alone is able to skip an extra hit, which is really nice, since the attack cooldown is significantly longer during the Rage duration. However, you are really fast during the Rage duration, and Rage itself pauses the timer for roughly a minute and a half. So yeah, this ability is nuts. And even when used at an improper time, it's still incredibly impactful. Also, during Rage mode, you are not able to use Invisibility or God's Trickery. Well, I mean, you are able to use Invisibility, but it doesn't work the same way. Using Invisibility during Rage mode doesn't make you invisible, it just makes you really slow for some reason, and it shows you, it highlights survivors on the map, which is nice, but yeah, it sucks that you are forced to use this on some maps, as you will never find people on certain maps. You do have indicators where survivors are, but that's only in the beginning of the ability from what I noticed. Maybe you get it whenever you kill someone? I don't know. Oh, you get your rage meter by getting stunned, by the way. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. I hope this helps make your games more more fun-inducing and freaking epic, yo. Yeah, I don't know what else to put here. Outcome memories. Can you put in Scary's orange as a skin, please? Okay, thanks.